Imagine walking into a doctor's office 20 years from now and being told your heart is functioning like someone decades younger. Your blood sugar levels are stable, your arteries are clear, and your energy feels limitless. What if I told you that journey could begin today, not with expensive medications or dramatic lifestyle overhauls, but with 4 simple ingredients sitting in your kitchen right now? Today, we're diving deep into a remarkable combination that has captured the attention of researchers worldwide. This isn't about quick fixes or miracle cures. It's about understanding how food can be medicine, backed by solid science and thousands of years of traditional wisdom. Next, the hidden power of simple ingredients. Picture this. You're standing in your kitchen, looking at ingredients so common you probably take them for granted. A red onion, a jar of turmeric, a bottle of olive oil, a small container of black pepper. What if these humble ingredients, when combined thoughtfully, could offer meaningful support for your cardiovascular health? The beauty of this approach lies not in any single superfood, but in how these components work together. Scientists call this synergy, where the combined effect exceeds what each ingredient could accomplish individually. It's the same principle that makes a symphony more powerful than individual instruments playing alone. Our modern understanding of nutrition reveals that the most protective dietary patterns aren't built around exotic ingredients or expensive supplements. Instead, they're founded on thoughtful combinations of foods that have nourished human health for centuries. The Mediterranean diet, consistently ranked among the world's healthiest eating patterns, exemplifies this principle perfectly. Next, understanding your body's daily challenges. Every day, your cardiovascular system faces numerous challenges. Blood sugar fluctuations from meals can trigger inflammatory responses. Environmental toxins create oxidative stress that damages delicate blood vessel walls. The natural aging process slowly stiffens arteries and reduces their flexibility. These aren't just abstract concepts. They're measurable changes happening in your body right now. Research has identified inflammation as a key driver in the development of heart disease, diabetes, and many other chronic conditions. When inflammation becomes chronic, it creates a cascade of problems. Blood vessels become less flexible, insulin sensitivity decreases, and the risk of arterial plaque formation increases significantly. But here's the encouraging news. Your dietary choices can meaningfully influence these processes. Every meal presents an opportunity to either fuel inflammation or provide your body with compounds that help resolve it. The recipe we're discussing today specifically targets these inflammatory pathways through multiple complementary mechanisms. The timing of when you eat certain foods can also matter. Research suggests that compounds supporting blood sugar management may be most beneficial when consumed before or with meals, helping to moderate the glucose response that follows. This understanding has guided traditional practices for centuries, and modern science is now explaining why. Next, the science behind red onions. Red onions contain a powerful flavonoid called quercetin, which has captured the attention of diabetes researchers worldwide. Studies demonstrate that quercetin can alleviate hyperglycemia, improve glucose tolerance, and enhance pancreatic beta cell function through various mechanisms. This isn't theoretical. It's measurable in controlled research studies. Research specifically examining red onions found that approximately 100 grams of fresh red onion was associated with a reduction of blood sugar levels by 40 milligrams per deciliter 4 hours after consumption. This effect appears related to specific compounds that work through multiple pathways simultaneously. The quercetin in onions doesn't just affect blood sugar. It also supports cardiovascular health through anti-inflammatory mechanisms. Research indicates that quercetin may help prevent plaque buildup in arteries caused by increased cholesterol. This dual action makes onions particularly valuable for people concerned about both diabetes and heart health. What makes red onions especially interesting is their concentration of anthocyanins, the same compounds that give them their deep color. These pigments belong to the flavonoid family and contribute additional antioxidant properties. Studies show that red onions contain up to 17 different types of flavonoid antioxidants, creating a complex profile of protective compounds. The mechanism by which onions support blood sugar control involves inhibiting certain digestive enzymes. Research demonstrates that onion extracts can inhibit alpha-glucosidase activity, which helps reduce postprandial spikes in blood glucose. This means the sugar from your meal enters your bloodstream more gradually, reducing the burden on your pancreas. Research has also examined onions' effects on insulin sensitivity, a crucial factor in preventing type 2 diabetes. Studies indicate that compounds like allyl propyl disulfide in onions may have anti-diabetic effects by enhancing insulin sensitivity. This suggests onions don't just manage symptoms. They may help address underlying metabolic dysfunction. Beyond their metabolic benefits, onions demonstrate remarkable cardiovascular protective effects. Clinical studies reveal that consuming onions can lower cholesterol levels and improve lipid profiles. The flavonoid antioxidants in onions have been shown to reduce systolic blood pressure by 3 to 6 millimeters of mercury in overweight individuals, a clinically meaningful reduction that translates to decreased cardiovascular risk. The antimicrobial properties of onions add another layer of health benefits. Research demonstrates that onions can inhibit the growth of harmful bacteria, including H. pylori, which is associated with stomach ulcers and increased gastric cancer risk. This protective effect extends to supporting overall immune function and reducing the body's inflammatory burden. Next, turmeric's protective mechanisms. Turmeric's active compound, curcumin, has undergone extensive scientific investigation for its effects on diabetes and cardiovascular health. A landmark clinical trial found that curcumin extract effectively reduced the number of pre-diabetic individuals who progressed toward type 2 diabetes and improved beta cell functions. This represents prevention, not just treatment. The anti-inflammatory properties of curcumin are particularly noteworthy. Systematic reviews of multiple studies show that curcumin significantly reduces fasting blood glucose levels, glycated hemoglobin, HbA1c, triglycerides, total cholesterol, and C-reactive protein. These are objective, measurable improvements in key health markers. Curcumin appears to work through multiple pathways simultaneously. Research demonstrates that daily supplementation with curcumin can decrease fasting blood glucose in patients with type 2 diabetes, while also reducing inflammatory markers. This multi-target approach explains why turmeric has been valued in traditional medicine systems for centuries. The cardiovascular benefits extend beyond blood sugar management. Animal studies indicate that curcumin has a mechanism of action similar to thiazolidinedione, an anti-diabetic drug, through peroxisome proliferator activated receptor gamma, PPAR gamma activation. This suggests curcumin may be effective in regulating both blood sugar and lipid levels. Research has also examined curcumin's effects on insulin resistance, a key factor in metabolic dysfunction. Studies in both animal models and human trials demonstrate that curcumin can improve insulin sensitivity and reduce glucose levels. This represents a fundamental improvement in metabolic health, not just symptom management. The neuroprotective and cognitive benefits of curcumin add another dimension to its health effects. Clinical trials show that curcumin supplementation can improve depression and anxiety levels, suggesting its benefits extend beyond metabolic health to overall well-being. Emerging research also highlights curcumin's potential in supporting liver health, particularly important for those with fatty liver disease, a common complication of diabetes. Studies demonstrate that curcumin can reduce liver fat accumulation and improve liver enzyme markers. This hepatoprotective effect is crucial because the liver plays a central role in glucose metabolism and cholesterol regulation. The bioavailability challenges of curcumin have led to extensive research into optimization strategies. While traditional turmeric contains only about 3 to 5% curcumin, The whole spice appears to offer additional benefits through other compounds like turmerone and aromatic oils. This explains why culinary preparations using whole turmeric may provide more comprehensive benefits than isolated curcumin supplements. Next, olive oil's cardiovascular protection. Extra virgin olive oil has been extensively studied for its cardiovascular benefits, with research consistently showing protective effects. A comprehensive meta-analysis of 13 studies found that higher olive oil consumption was associated with a 15% reduced risk of cardiovascular disease and a 17% reduced risk of all-cause mortality. The mechanisms behind olive oil's benefits are well understood. Research demonstrates a 16% reduced risk of cardiovascular disease for every additional 25 grams per day of olive oil consumption. This represents a significant and measurable impact from a simple dietary change. Olive oil's benefits appear to come from both its monounsaturated fat content and its rich array of antioxidant compounds. Studies show that consuming more than 7 grams, or about half a tablespoon, of olive oil per day is associated with lower risk of cardiovascular disease mortality, cancer mortality, and neurodegenerative disease mortality. The research on substituting olive oil for other fats is particularly compelling. Studies found that replacing 1 teaspoon of butter, margarine, mayonnaise, or dairy fat with the same amount of olive oil lowered the risk of cardiovascular disease by 5% and coronary heart disease by 7%. This demonstrates the importance of not just adding healthy foods, but replacing less healthy options. Research has also examined olive oil's effects on diabetes risk. Meta-analyses show that olive oil consumption is associated with a 22% lower relative risk of type 2 diabetes, without evidence of heterogeneity between studies. This consistency across multiple studies strengthens confidence in the finding. The longevity benefits of olive oil consumption are remarkable. Research involving over 90,000 people followed for 28 years found that those who used more than half a tablespoon of olive oil daily had a 19% lower risk of death from any cause and a 19% lower risk of death from heart disease. Next, the black pepper connection. Black pepper's role in this combination isn't just for flavor. It serves a crucial functional purpose in enhancing the bioavailability of curcumin. Research demonstrates that in humans, curcumin bioavailability was increased by 2,000% when co-administered with piperine. This dramatic improvement means your body can actually utilize the curcumin you consume. The mechanism behind this enhancement is well understood. Piperine inhibits certain liver enzymes responsible for breaking down curcumin, allowing it to remain active in your system longer. This explains why traditional preparations often combined these spices together. Clinical studies show that combining 2 grams of curcumin with just 20 milligrams of piperine produces much higher blood concentrations compared to curcumin alone, with no adverse effects observed. This represents a simple way to dramatically improve the effectiveness of turmeric consumption. The amount needed is surprisingly small. Research indicates that just 1/20th teaspoon or more of black pepper significantly improves turmeric's bioavailability. This makes the combination practical for daily use without requiring large quantities of black pepper. Studies demonstrate that piperine enhances curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%, and the spices may work together to reduce inflammation and improve digestion. This synergistic effect explains why this combination has been used traditionally for centuries. The safety profile of this combination is reassuring. Research indicates that the co-administration of curcumin and piperine has no severe adverse effects on blood sugar levels in healthy individuals, making it suitable for regular consumption as part of a healthy diet. The traditional use of this spice combination extends far beyond modern research. Ayurvedic medicine has employed turmeric and black pepper together for over 4,000 years, recognizing their synergistic effects long before scientists understood the molecular mechanisms. This historical validation, combined with modern research, provides confidence in both the safety and efficacy of this combination. Interestingly, The enhancement effect of piperine isn't limited to curcumin. It can also improve the absorption of other beneficial compounds, including some of the flavonoids found in onions. This suggests that the complete recipe creates multiple synergistic interactions beyond just the turmeric black pepper combination. Next, we will see the complete recipe and method. Based on the research, here's the evidence-based preparation method that maximizes the beneficial compounds while ensuring safety and palatability. Ingredients: 1 medium red onion, thinly sliced, 1 teaspoon turmeric powder, 1 tablespoon extra virgin olive oil, 1 pinch of freshly ground black pepper. Optional: 1 teaspoon apple cider vinegar. Preparation. Method: heat the olive oil in a non-stick pan over medium heat. Add the sliced onion and sauté for 3 to 4 minutes until it begins to soften and lightly caramelize. Add the turmeric powder and black pepper, stirring well to distribute evenly. Cook for an additional 1 to 2 minutes, allowing the spices to become fragrant. If using vinegar, add it in the final 30 seconds of cooking. The cooking process is important for several reasons. Gentle heat helps break down the onion's cell walls, making quercetin more available for absorption. The fat from olive oil enhances the absorption of fat-soluble compounds like curcumin. The brief cooking time preserves heat-sensitive nutrients while developing flavors through the Maillard reaction. This preparation can be stored in the refrigerator for up to 3 days, making it practical for meal preparation. It can be added to salads, spread on whole grain toast, mixed with cooked grains, or used as a side dish with virtually any meal. Next, incorporating this into daily life. The key to gaining benefits from this combination lies in consistency rather than quantity. Research suggests that regular, moderate consumption is more beneficial than occasional large amounts. Consider this preparation as a foundational element that can enhance the nutritional value of meals you're already eating. Many people find success by preparing a larger batch twice weekly and using it throughout the week. The flavors actually improve after a day in the refrigerator, as the compounds have time to meld together. This also makes it more convenient to add to quick meals or snacks. The versatility of this preparation makes it easy to incorporate into various dietary patterns. It works well in Mediterranean-style meals, can be added to grain bowls, enhances the flavor of simple proteins, and even works as a spread for sandwiches or wraps. For optimal absorption, consider consuming this preparation with meals rather than on an empty stomach. The presence of other foods, particularly those containing some fat, can further enhance the absorption of fat-soluble compounds. This also helps moderate any potential digestive sensitivity to the spices. Next, understanding realistic expectations. While the research on these ingredients is compelling, it's important to maintain realistic expectations about what any single food or recipe can accomplish. Research consistently shows that turmeric and curcumin should complement, not replace, standard medical care for diabetes and other health conditions. The benefits of this combination appear to develop gradually over time. Most research studies showing significant effects used interventions lasting several weeks to months. This suggests that patience and consistency are more important than expecting immediate dramatic changes. Individual responses to these compounds can vary based on factors including genetics, overall diet quality, existing health status, and medication use. Some people may notice improvements in energy levels or digestive comfort within days, while metabolic changes typically take weeks or months to become apparent. It's also worth noting that the research supporting these ingredients examined them as part of broader healthy lifestyle patterns. The most significant benefits are likely to be seen when this recipe is combined with other evidence-based practices like regular physical activity, adequate sleep, stress management, and an overall balanced diet. Next, safety considerations and interactions. While these ingredients are generally recognized as safe for most people, there are some important considerations to keep in mind. Large doses of curcumin may cause liver problems in some individuals, and those with gallbladder disease should avoid turmeric because it may worsen their condition. Curcumin can interact with certain medications, particularly blood thinners, and diabetes medications. If you're taking prescription medications, especially those for blood sugar management or blood clotting, consult with your healthcare provider before making this a regular part of your routine. The amounts used in this culinary preparation are much smaller than those used in most supplement studies, which typically employed concentrated extracts. This makes the recipe safer for regular consumption, but it also means the effects may be more gradual and subtle than those seen in clinical trials. Some people may experience digestive sensitivity to raw onions or large amounts of turmeric. Starting with smaller portions and gradually increasing can help your digestive system adapt. The cooking process also tends to make these ingredients more tolerable for sensitive individuals. Next, the bigger picture of heart health. This recipe represents just one component of a heart-healthy lifestyle. Research consistently shows that the greatest benefits come from comprehensive approaches that include regular physical activity, stress management, adequate sleep, and strong social connections alongside nutritious eating patterns. The Mediterranean diet, which naturally includes all the ingredients in this recipe, has been studied extensively and shows remarkable benefits for cardiovascular health, cognitive function, and longevity. This suggests that these ingredients work best as part of a broader pattern of healthy living. Regular monitoring of key health markers, including blood pressure, blood sugar levels, and cholesterol profiles, can help you and your healthcare provider track the effectiveness of dietary and lifestyle changes over time. These objective measurements are more reliable than subjective feelings for assessing metabolic health improvements. Remember that preventing disease is generally easier and more effective than treating it after it develops. The compounds in this recipe appear to support the body's natural protective mechanisms, potentially helping to maintain health rather than just treating existing problems. The research supporting the individual components of this recipe is robust and comes from reputable scientific institutions worldwide. While no single food or recipe can guarantee specific health outcomes, the evidence suggests that regular consumption of these ingredients as part of a balanced diet may offer meaningful support for cardiovascular and metabolic health. The beauty of this approach lies in its simplicity and accessibility. These are common ingredients available in virtually any grocery store. The preparation requires no special equipment or complicated techniques. The cost is minimal, especially compared to supplements or processed health foods. Most importantly, this recipe represents a sustainable approach to supporting health through food. Rather than requiring dramatic dietary changes or expensive interventions, it offers a way to enhance the nutritional value of meals you're already eating through thoughtful ingredient combinations. As you consider incorporating this recipe into your routine, remember that consistency matters more than perfection. Even consuming this combination a few times per week may provide benefits, and you can always adjust the frequency based on your preferences and tolerances. Your journey toward better health doesn't require dramatic changes. Sometimes the most powerful improvements come from small, consistent choices that compound over time. This simple combination of red onion, turmeric, olive oil, and black pepper represents exactly this kind of approach: evidence-based, practical, and sustainable. The remarkable thing about this recipe is how it bridges ancient wisdom with modern science. What our ancestors knew intuitively, that certain food combinations promote health and vitality, we can now understand at the molecular level. This convergence of traditional knowledge and scientific validation gives us confidence that we're making choices that have been tested both by time and by rigorous research. As you embark on incorporating this powerful combination into your daily routine, remember that you're participating in a form of preventive medicine that's both delicious and deeply nourishing. Every time you prepare this recipe, you're making an investment in your long-term health that compounds with each passing day. If this video was helpful, kindly type yes in the comment. That motivates us to produce more content like this.